56 games are in the books, and Act 1 is complete. The Carolina Thunderbirds top the Continental Division, earning them home ice for the next 2 rounds. But now in Act 2, the Thunderbirds are looking for a different ending. 2 straight trips to the Commissioners Cup Finals and 2 straight losses, both in different painful fashions. Now in head coach Steve Harrison's second year, can the Thunderbirds rewrite the script and take home the FPHL's ultimate prize? Well, that story begins to be written tonight. It's game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals between the 1 seed Carolina Thunderbirds and the 4 seed, the Blue Ridge Bobcats, here from the Hitachi Energy Arena in Wytheville, Virginia. Welcome into the Hitachi Energy Arena, everyone. Brendan Riley with you here on Carolina Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. Great to have you along here for game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Carolina and Blue Ridge saw each other 14 times in the regular season. Carolina won the season series 8-6, but the last time that these two sides saw each other, Carolina was embarrassed on their home ice, lost 5-1 a couple Saturdays ago back at the Fairgrounds Arena, and that's still in the back of these Thunderbirds players' minds heading into this 3-game series against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. On the other side, the Bobcats were able to win at Tuesday night's play-in wild card game 5-2 here in Wytheville over the Baton Rouge Zydeco. They trailed in the 3rd period. They were able to tie it. Daniel Klinecki ended up getting the game winner. They got 2 empty net goals down the stretch to come away with the 3-goal victory. And now have a chance to see the Carolina Thunderbirds, who have won the Continental Division each of the last 2 years. But for the Thunderbirds, 2 straight trips to the finals. They blew a 2-0 lead 2 years ago, and last year they were swept in the finals against the Binghamton Black Bears. A lot of these guys have been here each of the last 2 years. They know the pain that happens when you get all the way to the end of the season and you don't come away with the cup. And now here, and what could be a lot of these guys' last seasons, they're trying to make sure that it's a storybook one here for the Thunderbirds. We're just getting started here on Thunderbirds pregame. It's game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals between the Thunderbirds and the Bobcats. We'll take a look at our preview coming up on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
The Thunderbirds begin their quest for their second Commissioner Cup in franchise history, starting with a familiar foe, the Blue Ridge Bobcats in the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. The two sides met 14 times in the regular season, with Carolina taking 8 of the contests, but every matchup was a battle.
You know, they're a big physical team and they got some speed. So, their forwards like to use their speed and get in on our defense. And when they sustain a good forecheck, they're pretty hard to beat.
Play them a bunch of times. They're a good hockey team at the end of the day. And so we come up with these 2-minute laps, 3-minute laps, and that just seems to kill us. So if we can minimize that and only keep it to maybe 1 minute or so, and then it'll be a better run for us, I think.
With Carolina now turning its attention to the playoffs, the postseason just brings a different energy.
We come a little bit more focused, a little bit more ready to go, and everybody plays with a little bit of urgency and desperation because it's playoffs, and we have 2 games guaranteed here, so we got to go for 2 games, and then see what happens after that.
Against a physical team like the Bobcats, the Thunderbirds look to use their speed and skill to get out of the first round.
They're physical, right? So we got to use our speed and just score on our chances that we do get, because they don't really give up many shots as it is. So just moving the puck around, use our speed, and just if they're going to be physical, we got to just try to overcome that and just play just as hard as them.
It was just I would say our speed and our physicality. When we were physical, and obviously they're a physical team too, but when we were taking it to them too and using our speed, we're a tough team to beat. And I think that's the same thing when we play Blue Ridge. They're tough. They don't like our speed, and not too many teams do. But I think if we just bury on our chances and use our speed, we're gonna be fine.
Thunderbirds head coach Steve Harrison has preached all year long, we don't change. And now with the stakes raised, that message stays the same.
Sticking to our game plan. Coach always says that we don't change, and I think that's just kind of our mentality going into playoffs too. We don't change. Maybe just ramp up the intensity a little bit more, and keep playing hard and forecheck hard, and everything's just got to be a second faster, second harder, and just got to be ready to go for playoffs.
Game 1 between the Thunderbirds and Bobcats comes on Friday evening in Wytheville at 7:30 p.m. with Game 2 back at home on Saturday at 7:30. We'll talk to you then in the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals as the Thunderbirds begin their hunt for their second championship.
Whitey, what are you doing? We got to go.
Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
here at the Hitachi Energy Arena. Closing in on puck drop. Carolina and Blue Ridge here in the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Game 1 here from Wytheville. Brendan Riley with you here on Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. Thunderbirds coming into this series, the 1 seed in the Continental Division. On the other side, the Blue Ridge Bobcats, they come in as the 4 seed. They ended up winning the play-in game back on Tuesday night, right back here at the Hitachi Energy Arena. We take a look at the matchup this season between the two sides. Carolina went 8-6. They won 8 of the contests in the regular season, taking the season series. But look at the numbers here. Thunderbirds went 5-2 up here in Wytheville. At home, though, they ended up going 3-3-1. So they lost 4 of the 7 contests down at the Fairgrounds Arena, which is surprising because Carolina is usually so good at home. But the Bobcats, a few former players with Carolina, they have not been phased walking in to the Fairgrounds Arena. Ended up with more wins over Carolina in Winston-Salem than the Thunderbirds. Take a look at some of the top performers in the regular season for the Blue Ridge Bobcats. You have Danny Martin, who led the team in points with 47 points here this year. Also led the team in the assists with 35. Nicholas McHugh had 38 points this season. Michael Mercurio, who is the trade pickup from Watertown, he had 37. Daniel Klenecki, the former Thunderbird, 36 points for him in his return to the FPHL. And Carson Andrioli, he had 33 points. We will not see Ashton Colazzo, Matthew Ernst, Joshua Slagers, Devin Sanders, or Hunter Godmere for the Blue Ridge Bobcats here tonight. And the conversation from Tuesday's game was Connor Green was in net for the Bobcats. Tonight it's going to be Greg Hussey, 8-5-2 this season at 2.79 goals against average and a .931 save percentage for the Massachusetts native. He won each of his last 3 starts to finish off the regular season. Went 2-2 this season against Carolina. Hussey had been good against the Thunderbirds, including saving 27 out of 28 back on March 29th, the last time he saw the Thunderbirds. And Carolina now will have to face off against a familiar foe who ended up being the netminder for Carolina back in the 2023 playoffs. 4-2-1 in his postseason career with a 2.79 goals against average and a .919 save percentage. He was on that championship team with Watertown a few years back. Did not play for Watertown, but he was on that team back a few years ago. This Bobcats side, this roster, their full playoff roster, that's including scratches here tonight, has 20 players that made their playoff debut or are participating in their first Commissioners Cup playoffs here this year. It's a very new team, second year of the organization. They make the playoffs, but a lot of guys on this roster, Danny Martin, Michael Mercurio, and Hussey are the only players on this roster before Tuesday that had playoff experience. Danny Martin's played in 10 playoff games. Michael Mercurio's played in 8 last year, playing for Watertown. Martin scoreless in his first 9 playoff games back with Carolina, and then he got a goal back on Tuesday for his first playoff goal. This Bobcats team has been a thorn in the Thunderbirds side for a majority of the season, and now it's a first-round matchup that's going to be a good one here, starting with Game 1 here tonight. We'll take a look at the Carolina Thunderbirds coming up on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Back here at the Hitachi Energy Arena, Carolina and Blue Ridge here for Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Brendan Riley with you here on Thunderbirds, Carolina Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. Great to have you along here on our new account. Well, the Carolina Thunderbirds went 41-11-4 in the regular season, 124 points, finished first in the Continental Division. Take a look at the record by the numbers here this year. Thunderbirds went 25-3 at home this season while going 21-6-1 on the road. Carolina saw playoff teams 42 out of their 56 games. They went 27-11-4 against playoff teams. 5 of those losses regulation, one of those losses in overtime coming against this Bobcat side, but they also had 8 of their 27 wins against teams in the Commissioners Cup playoffs. Speaking of the playoffs, the Carolina Thunderbirds in their franchise's history have an all-time record in the Commissioners Cup playoffs of 17-14. They're 11-5 at home, 6-9 on the road, and look at that overtime stat. 8-3 in overtime games are the Thunderbirds in Commissioners Cup playoff histories, but that means 8 of their 11 wins have come in the playoffs. This team loves to get it done in sudden death overtime, and that was all the same last season as well. Here on Game 3, Tucker Firth had the game winner there. You go to the next round against Columbus. Yuri Pastuka won Game 2 to force Game 3, and then it was Gus Ford. Who can forget Gus Ford's goal in double overtime last year to send Carolina to the Commissioners Cup Finals. Speaking of the Commissioners Cup Finals, Thunderbirds have 3 finals appearances. Their 1 championship coming back in the 2018-19 season. But now the Thunderbirds, this will be their 4th quarterfinal series. They have won all 3 quarterfinal matchups they've played in so far here in their franchise's history. Thunderbirds this season, 223 goals for. That's the 4th most in the FPHL. That was first in the Continental Division. 127 goals allowed. That was the least in the FPHL. 2nd least in franchise history, only behind the 2018-19 Commissioner Cup champions. And they had the plus 96 goal differential. That was the 2nd best in the FPHL. So who's Steve Harrison going with here tonight? Well, it's going to be Roman Kramer, Gus Ford, and Zach White, Jan Salak, Vita Vanacek, Yuri Pastuka. The Czech line back together. White and Pastuka both back. White had COVID last weekend. Then you have John Batista, Nate Keeley, Jacob Schnapp, and Dawson Baker to round out the 10 forwards. Joe Kennedy and Oliver Baudouin, Clay Keeley and Lane King, James Farmer and Jordan Gagnon with Mario Cavalieri starting here tonight. Boris Babic will back him up. Cavalieri this season went 21-8-2, a 2.28 goals against average and a .921 save percentage. That 228 goals against average, his best in his FPHL career. Also had 6 shutouts. That was the most in the league. So that's who the Thunderbirds have going tonight. How does head coach Steve Harrison feel going into Game 1? You'll hear from him coming up on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pinebrook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples designed championship golf course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
We're back here on Thunderbirds pregame, getting you ready for Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals between the Thunderbirds and the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Brendan Riley being joined by the head coach, Steve Harrison. And, Coach, here we go. This is what your side's been working for all season long. 56 games are in the book, and now it's time for the real hockey to begin. How are you feeling headed into Game 1 this weekend?
Well, if you can't get excited, I just told the boys, and your heart's not beating at this time of the year, then there's a problem. And it's just the excitement we talked about the other day, nice warm weather, and when the warm weather comes and that season ends and you're in the playoffs, I mean, to me there's no better time, and it's time to prepare. It's time just to focus on hockey, and as I said, this week here, I think we've had a good week of practice. Today was a little, I think I don't know if it's the calm before the storm, I hope, but as I said, we've had a good week, and I love the enthusiasm and the zip here so far this week.
Last year, you guys went to the finals and lost. 2 years ago, a lot of these players went to the finals and lost. What has your side learned over the past few years that can help them this go around?
Well, I think the one thing is like from last year, and I don't know about the year before, but last year I think for us, and we've talked about it, that we're going in as healthy as we can go in. I mean, everyone's got little bumps and bruises, but we're going in as healthy as we can, and hopefully everybody's as rested as we can get. And we're going to have to give everything a wee shot at. And there's no worse feeling than last year I walked into that locker room in Binghamton, and if people have never been in that situation, they don't understand that, and that's not a very nice feeling. And they've done it 2 years in a row, some guys, and as I said, I've done it last year, and I don't want to do it again this year. So we're going to push and do everything we can to not have that.
When this team is clicking, what's working best?
Well, we're moving the puck. The defense are giving it to the forwards, and my three lines now, I really like them. This will be the first time I think we've had all year this group, so it'll be interesting to see how it works, because it's hard to say that the first game of the playoffs you finally got a roster together, and just from everything, injuries or whatever, we haven't had it together. So we got Forty's line and Panny's line and then Keeley's line, and I like it. And then our defense, we got to move the puck and play, and obviously everybody we're solid in goal, and whoever's in goal then will be good.
14 matchups against Blue Ridge here this year. How can that help or hurt you going into a 3-game series?
Well, that's what I just told the guys. It's going to be Sunday night before you know it. It's going to be a whirlwind affair, and it's going to hit you so hard that you won't even know it hit you. And so if you're not ready for it, they're going to come. They're going to come. They're going to try and push us, and we played them enough. The one thing that we've got to do is we got to go and play. And if we play, we're going to give ourselves an opportunity to be successful, and that's all we can ask for. And they're going to come. Their whole year is bent on they want to beat us, and so we know they're going to come. I know they're going to come, and as I said, it's not going to be an easy task, and we're going to have to be ready.
You think them playing on Tuesday in that playing game will have any effect on them in Game 1?
No, they still got 2 days off or whatever in between, so it's not that. And they played Saturday, so it's not. And in the last 4 games they played, played. They played Danville and Hudson Valley. So if they're tired, then that's their fault, not the schedule's fault. And so they should be well rested, and they're going to come in. So that won't have any effect.
One final question for you. Who are you going with in game one?
Well, Mario's going to go Friday. We're going to give him the start there and see what he can do. And as I said, it's just like everybody. Everyone's going to get a start, and to see who wants to play. And if guys stand up and play, if guys don't stand up, they won't be seeing much ice time. So it's just a matter of who wants to stand up here. And I've told the boys today, it's your game to win or lose or to be successful, and that's what they want to do.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time, and best of luck to you here.
Thanks very much.
That's the head coach, Steve Harrison. We got starters on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Back here at the Hitachi Energy Arena, Carolina and Blue Ridge coming up in just a matter of moments. First, the starters here tonight. It'll be Greg Hussey in net for the Bobcats. Daniel Klinecki and Alex Norwinski will start in defense. You'll have Jacob Wolf, Carson Andrioli, and Brandon Reller, the starters here tonight for Wojtek Zemlika's side. On the other side for the Carolina Thunderbirds, it's going to be Roman Kramer, Gus Ford, Zach White, Joe Kennedy, Oliver Baudouin, and Mario Cavalieri, the starters for head coach Steve Harrison. We have the national anthem and puck drop coming up on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Back here in Winston-Salem, closing in on puck drop, the Thunderbirds in... For Carolina.
I love it here, the fans are amazing.
Joe Kennedy makes this play, man.
Here's White on the forehand, scores! Locked off of the draw in the slot, save, rebound, tapped home by Pastuca. The hat trick for Gus Ford makes it 4-1 Thunderbirds. Welcome inside the Hitachi Energy Arena. Brendan Riley with you here on Thunderbirds TV and on WTOP. It's game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals between the number 1 seed Carolina Thunderbirds and the 4 seed Blue Ridge Bobcats. Carolina has won the season series here this year, 8-6 over the Bobcats. Went 5-2 up here in Wytheville, and now they get game 1 on the road as the top seed in the Continental Division. Carolina will look to set themselves up to go back home tomorrow evening with a chance to potentially sweep, but the first round has not been kind. Rather, the first game has not been kind to the Thunderbirds here under head coach Steve Harrison. Carolina lost all 3 game 1s last year in each of the rounds in the Commissioners Cup Playoffs. Carolina fell in Port Huron in game 1 in the quarterfinals. Last year, they fell at home in the Continental Division Finals against the Columbus River Dragons. In the second round last year, they would go on to beat Columbus in games 2 and 3. Down at the Columbus Civic Center, and then they lost game 1 of the finals to Binghamton before they were swept out of the Commissioners Cup Finals. We take a look at the bracket coming in to tonight. Carolina and Blue Ridge. You got Columbus, a 1-0 lead over Athens after a 7-4 victory back on Wednesday evening at the Columbus Civic Center. They have game 2 going tonight there in Athens from the Aikens Ford Arena. On the other side of the Empire Division, Binghamton and Watertown, after Watertown ended up winning the play-in game over Motor City back on Tuesday. Danbury and Port Huron are the 2-3 matchup on the Empire side of things. Every other game pretty much underway. Scoreless between Danbury and Port Huron. Athens an early 1-0 lead over Columbus, and then Binghamton and Watertown scoreless as well. We will keep you updated on those scores as the evening progresses, especially on the Athens and Columbus matchup. But Carolina now on the road. Head coach Steve Harrison has said so many times this year that his side likes the road. And it showed in the regular season. Carolina with more wins away from the Fairgrounds Arena than at home. 21 wins to 20. All right, it's not a big difference, but still, Carolina would go on the road and they would beat teams in their barns. And that is something that the Thunderbirds hold their hat on. And they're trying to do it again here tonight, here against their newly formed rivals. Carolina won 12 out of the 13 matchups last year, but now this second-year Bobcat side has been impressive, and they've been a thorn in the Thunderbirds' side throughout the course of the 2024-25 regular season. Carolina and Blue Ridge. You had a feeling that when this season started, if Blue Ridge was to make the playoffs, this would be the matchup of the first round. And here we are. It's finally time for the start of the Commissioners Cup playoffs for the Thunderbirds, hoping to get to the top of the mountain for the second time in franchise history. They announced the starters here for the Thunderbirds. And now it's time for our pregame ceremonies of the national anthem.
Performed by Emily Bolton.
our national anthem here tonight and the Commissioners Cup Playoffs for the Carolina Thunderbirds are ready to get underway. Starters for the Blue Ridge Bobcats tonight. It's going to be Greg Hussey and net 8-5-2 with a 2.79 goals against and a .931 save percentage here this season. It'll be Daniel Klinecki, Alex Norwinski, the defenseman, Jacob Wolf, Carson Andrioli, and Brandon Reller. They are the forwards. For head coach Steve Harrison, Mario Cavalieri gets the nod here in Game 1. Cavalieri went 21-8-2 in the regular season, 2.28 goals against, and a .921 save percentage. Defensemen Oliver Baudouin and Joe Kennedy, Gus Ford, Roman Kramer, and Zach White are the forwards. 2 straight Commissioners Cup Finals appearances, 2 straight losses for Carolina. Blew a 2-0 lead in the 22-23 season, swept last year against Binghamton, and now trying to change that here in 2025. Brandon Reller and Gus Ford get us started here in Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup quarterfinals between the number 1 seed Carolina Thunderbirds and the 4 seed the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Carolina will start with it in the attacking zone. Roman Kramer will flip it over far side where Alex Norwinski goes to collect for the Bobcats. Here comes Carson Andrioli, zips it to Jacob Wolf. Wolf poke checked away by Joe Kennedy at the blue line as the puck comes back out to the neutral zone, and the Thunderbirds will send it back for Kennedy to collect. Wolf will close on him. Kennedy will start up the far side and slide it to Oliver Baudouin. Saucer cross ice, Yuri Pestuka knocks it out of the air. Jan Salak goes after it into the far corner against Philip Levac. Salak lost his lumber, and the Bobcats are able to flip it out to the neutral zone where James Farmer goes to Jordan Gagnon. Gagnon, a long pass intended for Salak. Ended up coming in on Greg Hussey, who did not play on Tuesday. He really became the number 1 for the Bobcats after Hunter Verostic made his way to the SPHL. But it was Connor Green the other night who saved 26 out of 28 here. The Bobcats across the blue line. A quick shot hit on Cavalieri, who sticks it over to the far corner. Farmer having trouble over at the far wall. Pestuka tries to clear the zone. Igor Ramino kept it in and fires one in. That's blocked away by Cavalieri. Salak gets the rebound, banks it off the far wall. Ramino keeps it in. Levac wanted it twice. That one got deflected and just went wide. Cavalieri saw it late. Here's a shot for Nicholas McHugh. Tipped wide. Ramino pinching down at the far half wall. Chipped along. Gagnona backhand. That's intercepted. Here's Danny Martin, the former Thunderbird. Played in 9 postseason games with Carolina. It's cross ice. Dennis Radchenko. He walks in. A shot saved by Cavalieri. Rebound came free. And Peter Bonachik will now start the other way. And this is going to go for an icing. Carolina's going to try to get off quickly, but it's rather going to wave it off and we continue on. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the first period. We're in Game 1. A turnover at center ice by the Bobcats. Dawson Baker tried to pick it up. Jacob Schnapp between the legs. Pass intended for Nate Keeley. Finds it. Snapped it off of Radchenko. And Dawson Baker, he's able to corral. Banks it out to the point. Cross ice lane king. Clay Keeley just kept it in. Feathers a backhand into the far corner. Igor Ramino, though, the recipient in blue. Nate Keeley, a shove on Andrioli. It's Dennis Radchenko with Jacob Schnapp pressuring. He spins away from him here as we're just about 2.5 minutes in here to Game 1 of this best-of-3 series. Game 2 tomorrow night at 7:30, and the, if necessary, Game 3 on Easter Sunday. That's a 6:05 puck drop. Both those games in Winston-Salem. It's picked up by Nicholas Stuckless at the blue line. A shot saved by Cavalieri. Rebound goes to the corner. Oliver Baudouin playing in his first FPHL playoffs, trying to play a pass to himself. Brandon Reller took it away. It's Stuckless behind the net. Kennedy battling against him, shoves him into the boards, comes out to the point. A shot save with the left pad by Cavalieri. A lot of the early chances here coming for the Bobcats. Here's Roman Kramer, a shot, he scores! On the first shot of the game for Carolina, Roman Kramer puts the Thunderbirds ahead here, 3:04 into the first. What a laser from Roman Kramer. Snapped it over the blocker of Greg Hussey. He had 27 in the regular season. And he gets his second postseason goal here early on in Game 1 in Wytheville. 1-0 lead for the Thunderbirds here on the road. We're back underway. Justin Daly will send this one in. Jan Salak banks it back for Jordan Gagnon. Gagnon with 3 assists last weekend in Monroe. Carolina swept the Moccasins to earn first place in the Continental Division and home ice advantage across the course of the next 2 rounds. Peter Panachik's pass behind Gagnon. Tried to pick it up himself. Said Daly took it, sailed a shot high. Comes out to the near wall. Philip Levac to the skates of Daly to the top of the slot. Sends one wide. Chopping at is Panachik alongside Danny Martin, the 2 former teammates. And James Farmer will hold. James Farmer with a plus 38 in the regular season. Now is tied for 4th in the FPHL. Yuri Pastuka trying to lead Gus Ford into the attacking zone. Instead, it's picked up by Dennis Radchenko. Sends a backhand in front of the benches. McHugh and Kennedy battle right in front of Carolina's bench. Oliver Baudouin settles it down, finds Ford with some space. Ford, a shot deflected and out of play. Here at 15:49 remaining in the First Bank first period. Carolina 1-0 lead here over the Bobcats. A great start here for Carolina. Expected to be the biggest crowd in Bobcats history here tonight. And the Thunderbirds quieted them down so far. White off of the draw. Fired one in on Hussey. He made the save. It's Danny Martin across the blue line. Martin, a shot deflected, and it'll trickle over to the far corner. Danny Martin looking to kick it to himself. Has it on the backhand. Martin all the way to the blue line. Goes near side to Radchenko. His shot deflected by McHugh. Cavalieri able to make the save, and it'll freeze. There's 15:27 remaining here in the first. Roman Kramer from Zach White and Joe Kennedy. 3:06 into the first period. Have the Thunderbirds ahead here. Face off to the left of Cavalieri. Carolina takes it with Dawson Baker. He'll flip this one in and chase after it. Gets a step around Norwinski behind the nets. Baker throw it out in front. Nate Keeley couldn't settle it down. John Batista corrals a loose puck. Snapped it right back towards the top of the crease. But now it's Brandon Reller. Up the far side. Reller, a shot went wide. Ricocheted hard off of the end boards. Came out to the near point. Klenecki shoveled it along. Baker had it taken away for a second. Reller whipped on a shot. And Clay Keeley looked to clear. Keeley takes a shoulder from Stuckless. Looks like Stuckless took the brunt of that as Lane King battles this one around. Just over 5 minutes gone here in the first period. We're in game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Carolina and Blue Ridge. Here from Wytheville. Here's a beautiful pass that finds Yuri Pastuka. Klenecki got a stick on it. 2 Chechia natives battling against each other. Pastuka finds it again, banks it out to Farmer at the point. Farmer threw it off a body, deflected in on Hussey, and he makes the save. And will freeze here at 14:27 remaining here in the first. Roman Kramer has the Thunderbirds ahead 1-0 here in game 1. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
$14:27 remains here in the First Bank first period. Carolina with a 1-0 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Brendan Riley with you here on Carolina Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB attacking zone draw. Carolina won it. Jan Salak keeps it in at the point. Gagnon took a big shoulder over at the far half wall as the puck rimmed over near side. Farmer chips it along, delivers a nice blow, tripped down to the ice. It's Pastuka to Salak. Spins away from Norwinski. Feathered it behind the net. Panachik, a hard hit, but here's Salak at the far post, lifted a shot high. Panachik, a shot deflected, pinballed around, and comes back out to the neutral zone. Blue Ridge trying to show their physicality here, trailing 1-0. That's something Zach White and Gus Ford talked about in our series preview. So that Carolina is going to win with their skill and speed, shown by Gus Ford there before he lost the puck in the neutral zone. Try to recover against Denis Radchenko. Ford trying to step around Milan Brezko, who scored his first FPHL goal against Carolina back a few weeks back. Nicholas McHugh, the recipient of a saucer pass. Ford, a nice hit into the boards as it's fired in just to the right of Cavalieri. Gagnon and Martin exchange blows in the neutral zone. White tripped up. Kramer finds it. Here's Kramer again to the backhand. Spins to the corner. Looked for White, who was set up at the top of the circles. Instead, puck pinballed around. Kramer fires it to Ford. Saucered back in front. Kramer, a backhand save by Hussey. Oh, a nice wrap feed by Kramer, but it was intercepted as now it's Nicholas McHugh up the near side. Baudouin trying to stand him up at the blue line. He just fired it into the slot. Kennedy able to intercept. Here's Roman Kramer looking to go cross-ice, pass intercepted by McHugh. McHugh looked for Daly. He's had a quick shot saved by Cavalieri, hugged to far post. 12:37 to go here in the first period. Carolina 1-0 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats here in game one of this best of three. Igor Ramanow rims it out to the far point. Clay Keeley just off the bench holds it in. Daly tried to finish a hit on him. He's going to need more than that to go after Clay Keeley. Line is on Vlasov. And Baudouin, they battle. It's chipped up, and it's taken by the Bobcats. Here's Philip Levac. 17 points in the regular season for Levac. 4 goals and 13 assists. Michael Mercurio backhands this one in. One of 3 players on this Blue Ridge side that had Commissioners Cup playoff experience before Tuesday night's game. Baudouin able to hold it up at the blue line. Put it behind Nate Keeley. It's Brandon Reller now to the top of the slot. Couldn't get around Clay Keeley. A nice shot by Keeley going down to a knee and disrupting the big Reller. Former Athens Rock Lobster, he was traded earlier on. And this goes for icing here with 11:35 remaining in this first 1-0 lead for Carolina. Both these sides were good across the final few weekends of the regular season. Carolina has won their last 4. Blue Ridge has won their last 6, including Tuesday night's matchup, a face-off win by the Bobcats. It's quickly shoveled in by Norwinski. Cavalieri sticked it into the corner. Baudouin battling against Reller and Andrioli, who sends him down to the ice. Baudouin on his backside, covering up the puck. And Nate Keeley takes it, goes around the far half while Schnapp pins Norwinski to the boards, waited for another white sweater to come help him out. And it was Clay Keeley who flipped it to Jan Salak. Dumps this one behind the net. Salak and Klenecki searching for it. Norwinski, he corrals the loose puck. Goes tape to tape to Carson Andrioli, poked away by Peter Banachik. 10:50 to go here in the first period. A turnover, a quick 2-on-1. It's Reller, saved by Cavalieri. A quick odd-man opportunity for the Bobcats. Brandon Reller, who had 14 in the regular season, denied by Cavalieri. Biggest save he's had to make so far here this evening. Cavalieri this year, 21-8-2, with 228 goals against and a .921 save percentage. Went 10-4-1, both at home and on the road here this year. Gus Ford wins the draw to Cavalieri's right. Denis Radchenko, his shot kicked away by Kramer, go all the way back down. Cavalieri in his career 11-2-1 against the Bobcats. . Bobcats looking to break out. Justin Daly trying to weave his way into the attacking zone against Kramer. Got around him, got to the top of the slot. A shot went wide. Daly to Mercurio, return feed. King knocks it away, and Ford pokes it up to Zach White. Drops it back in for Kramer across the blue line. Kramer gets around one. Here's Kramer, a shot saved by Hussey. And Daly will start the other way. Daly, the near side, left it for Wolf. A shot parried away by Cavalieri. Rebound save, loose in front. Cavalieri searching for it, and he's able to cover as now we got extras after the whistle. Gagnon at the far wall. You got Wolf and Kramer talking as Gagnon got tangled up with Daly, but Cavalieri able to make the save and cover here with 9:51 remaining here in the first period. Thunderbirds a 1-0 lead in game one. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Whitey, what are you doing? We got to go.
Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Plenty of Thunderbirds fans have made the trip here to Wytheville to see their side in game one here of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Carolina 1-0 lead. Roman Kramer from Zach White and Joe Kennedy. 3:06 into the first period. Have the Thunderbirds ahead 1-0 here early on in game one of this three-game set. Carolina being outshot 9-5 so far in the early going. We have face-off to the right of Mario Cavalieri. Peter Panachik wins the draw against Brandon Reller. Here's James Farmer looking up the near wall. His pass intercepted by Stuckless. Reller snapped his stick on a shot. Threw the handle down in frustration. Telling someone to go. So he heads back to the bench. Thunderbirds into the attacking zone. It's Daniel Klinecki, though, takes it away from Jan Solak, and Alex Norwinski looks to center ice for Carson Andrioli. Andrioli stood up by Farmer. Those two exchanging blows as it comes to the near wall. Solak slides it to Banachik. Dances to the outside around Norwinski across the blue line now. Gagnon joining the rush alongside Baker and Solak. Carolina with three guys back will now have to race as Klinecki gets into the attacking zone. Dance through two. At the point, drops it for McHugh. A shot blocked by Baker. He wasn't even looking at the puck. He was just down on a knee. Gagnon plays the body. It was left, though, for Brezko, and the Thunderbirds are able to clear. This should and will go for icing here with 8:48 remaining in this first period. Carolina went 35-3-2 when they scored first in the regular season. They score first here tonight. Will that trend stay true here throughout the course of the playoffs? Face off to the right of Cavalieri. It's won by the Bobcats. It's out to the point. Here's a shot through traffic. Didn't get all the way through as Gagnon able to dispose of it out to the neutral zone. On Brezko, tips this one in. Cavalieri will swat at it and send it to Dawson Baker over at the far half wall. Played it for Nate Keeley. Banked it off with a kick plate for Petita. He'll chip it in. Radchenko with Petita closing quickly. Sends a backhand to the far corner for Levac. Or this one's dumped all the way down. Cavalieri will play it. Looks for a long lead pass. Petito is still getting back on side. Behind the net, Nate Keeley trying to take it away. Igor Ramanow able to knock it. And now starts up the far wall into the neutral zone. He'll dump this one in. Cavalieri settles it down. Joe Kennedy. Dance around one, found Schnapp, goes to the neutral zone. Petito chips it to Baudouin. Schnapp swatted at it, but Ramanow will take it back at his own goal line. Fired up to Justin Daly. Got a stick lifted from behind by Schnapp. Here's Nate Keeley. Dropped it for Kramer. Back to Keeley. Snapped it cross ice, looking for Baudouin. And set now with the Bobcats. They'll dump it in with Michael Mercurio. 7:20 to go here in the first period. It's brought to you by First Bank. Carolina 1-0 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Roman Kramer, the goal scorer for Carolina, goes cross corner. Alex Norwinski plays in the near wall. Kramer intercepted, look for a centering feed. It's Ford, he scores! Kramer's pass intended for a White. It was knocked out of the slot. And Gus Ford in the perfect spot at the near post, and he beats Hussey and gives the Thunderbirds a 2-0 lead. The 18th playoff goal for Gus Ford in his 24th Commissioners Cup playoff game. And the Thunderbirds have come to Wytheville and put up 2 within the first 13 minutes here against the Bobcats. Back underway, Andrioli sends Farmer down hard. And the puck went out of play. Ford last year was one of the big catalysts for Carolina in the postseason. Had 14 points, 8 goals, and 6 assists after he had 17 in the previous trip to the Commissioners Cup Finals. They're going to toss out Reller and Ford. Bobcats take the draw. Farmer steps into Andrioli. A little retaliation from the previous play as Gagnon snaps it cross ice for Zach White. Banks it up the near wall, trying to find Ford. Instead, it comes all the way in on Hussey, who will cover. There's 6:44 remaining here in the first. Gus Ford from Zach White and Roman Kramer. Already a 2-point night for Kramer and White. Kramer had 20 multi-point games in the regular season, including each of his last 3. So now 4 straight games going back to game 2 against Port Huron. Salak off the draw, save, knocked out of the air by Hussey. Salak to his own rebound, sailed it high. Thunderbirds keep it in. Pastuca shot that one off the glove of Hussey. Lunging all the way to his left. Yuri Pastuca has again in the corner. Banked it out to the point. Lane King trying to flutter one in. Found Pastuca. Centering opportunity deflected by Radchenko. Pastuca hangs on to it though. Goes back out to the point. King quickly across to Keeley. Off the end wall intentionally. Caromed off the back of Hussey's cage. And Radchenko trying to get out of his own zone. This flipped in by Patrick Colgan. Kennedy's pass intercepted by McHugh. It's a one-timer from Levac, saved by Cavalieri. A lot behind that shot from Philip Levac, 6'3", nearly 200 pounds. But Cavalieri squared it up and it hit him right in the Thunderbirds logo. You got Petita, Nate Keeley, Dawson Baker, the forwards. You got Kennedy and Baudouin, the defenseman. Nate Keeley wins the draw. Kennedy goes to the far corner. Baudouin trying to knock it free. It was sent right back behind the cage of Cavalieri by Vladisov. Baudouin has it now. Backhand right into the right glove of Justin Daly. Thunderbirds regain. It's snapped all the way to the red line. Petita finds Dawson Baker. Baker, a shot deflected, goes off of the trapper of Greg Hussey. Rebound was loose for a second. Farmer intercepts at the red line. Thunderbirds are onside here as Nate Keeley picks it up at the far half wall. Keeley spins away from Klenecki. Going to go to the point. This pass comes back out to the neutral zone where Farmer has to recollect. 5 minutes to go here in the first period of game one of this best of three. Jordan Gagnon into the near corner. Wraps it all the way over far side. White quickly finds Ford. A save by Hussey. And he freezes. Ford thought he had his second. Hussey says no and keeps it a 2-0 game. Carolina in front here late stages of the first. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Carolina a 2-0 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats. 4:50 remains here in the First Bank first period. Gus Ford just thought he had his second of the night. But Greg Hussey, a big save to keep the Bobcats in this one. Here's White off the draw. Hussey was looking behind him, but he had it and freezes. So a much better start for Carolina in a series here in game one this year than they had in all 3 game ones last year. Carolina went down in every series. They came back to win the first 2 against Port Huron and Columbus before they are swept by the Binghamton Black Bears in the finals. Thunderbirds won the draw momentarily, but the Bobcats able to get back out to the neutral zone. Carolina regains control. Roman Kramer down Gus Ford. Ford around Ramanow. In front, a save by Hussey, but a hand went out. We're going to get a hook against Igor Ramanow. And Carolina is going to go to its first power play of the evening. So the Thunderbirds to their first Atrium Health power play here tonight comes with a 2-0 lead at the 15:31 mark here in this first period. Carolina in the regular season, 22% on the power play. That was 5th best in the league. Blue Ridge, 80% on the penalty kill in the regular season. That was 10th best. They only had 1 penalty kill back on Tuesday, and it was a successful penalty kill. Thunderbirds win the draw to set things up here on the first power play of the postseason. Yuri Pestuka to the top of the zone with Jan Salak. He gets a return feed quickly across the circles. It's Banachik down below the goal line. Has it on the forehand. Fires it to Pestuka at the near half wall. Right back to Banachik. Here's Pestuka. He dekes. Slides it to Salak. To the far corner with Keeley. Bettino one-timer blocker save by Hussey. 90 seconds to go on the hooking call against Igor Ramanow. It's Salak. Cross ice to Banachik. Out to Pestuka, right back to Banachik. He circles to the top of the zone. Slides it to Salak, walking down, centering feed. Nate Keeley got a piece of it, but Levac is able to clear. Special teams were an issue for Carolina last year. They went 3 for 28 on the power play in the postseason last year and went 20 for 26 on the penalty kill. That's below 80%. Here's Gus Ford up the far side. Poke checked away by Dennis Radchenko. Austin Baker knocked it, but Radchenko able to send it down the length of the ice. 3:13 to go here in the first period. 40 seconds to go here on the power play for the Thunderbirds. It's Roman Kramer across the blue line. Found Baker to White. He waits that one off the mask of Hussey. Kramer gets to the rebound at the far half wall. 2:55 to go here in the first. Gagnon back to Kramer. Reller pressuring. Gagnon held it in. Fired it to Ford. Settled it down. Snapped it to the goal line. White center. Kramer a shot. And a save by Hussey. Great puck movement there by Carolina. But Greg Hussey with yet again another big save. Going right to left that time. Was able to get the glove. Carolina wins the draw. Gagnon had to get rid of it quickly. It's Kramer. Cross ice. Ford in the slot. He scores! With 2:36 remaining here in the first, Gus Ford, second of the night, comes on the power play and puts Carolina ahead 3-0. It's all Carolina here in the first period in Wytheville. Gus Ford with 2, Roman Kramer with 1. And the Thunderbirds have put up 5 last Saturday in the first period against Monroe. Now with 3 here in the first period. Joe Kennedy dumps this one in as we're back underway. Carolina with a power play goal on the Atrium Health power play. 1-for-1 here in the playoffs. Here's Blue Ridge with Michael Mercurio, a save by Cavalieri, tipped out in the slot. Kennedy got it lost in the skates of Batista. It's knocked around. Mercurio finds it again. Mercurio quickly, and that one went off the stick of Cavalieri, ricocheted off the side of the netting. Bobcats all over Carolina right now, but Cavalieri makes the save here with 1:59 remaining in the first. Gus Ford from Roman Kramer and Zach White. The first line, all with multi-point nights. And we're only in the first. Zach White with a trio of assists. Jan Solak across the red line into the attacking zone, working against Klinecki. Shovels it over far side. Brandon Reller, he takes it for Blue Ridge. Puck comes right back into the left of Greg Hussey, who tonight so far seen 13 shots. He saved 10. On the other side, Mario Cavalieri has seen 12, saved 12. Jan Solak in front of the penalty boxes. Hit hard by Andrioli. Stayed on his feet. Takes a lot to send down the 6'4" Solak. Klinecki searching for it. Eventually finds it at the kick plate. 75 seconds to go here in the first period. A 3-0 lead for the Thunderbirds here in Game 1. The Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Klinecki from the red line fires it in. That one off the mask of Cavalieri. Comes off and a stoppage. Cavalieri's got the Super Mario mask, got Princess Peach on there. He'll re-strap that as Mike Murphy, one of the equipment managers for Carolina, will come out to take a look at the lid for the Thunderbirds netminder. So the faceoff is going to come to the right of Cavalieri. Thunderbirds a little early there. Danny Martin wins the draw from the point, a shot gloved by Cavalieri. So a minute to go. Carolina wins the draw. Roman Kramer looks for a long cross-ice pass, who's deflected by Brezko. White found it. He gets hit high. That looked like an elbow right to the face of White. No call from either of the referees. Brian Pincus or Ketty Manis. Top of the slot. More into Brezko, and a save by Cavalieri. Well, he had a missed call on one end and now going the other way. A bouncing puck. That resulted in a pretty good opportunity for the Bobcats. But Cavalieri's been seeing everything. He's been ready for everything and squaring pretty much every opportunity. Thunderbirds take the draw. 33 seconds to go here in the first period. A 3-0 lead for Carolina. Jordan Gagnon will speed all the way down below the goal line. Had it for a second. Got tangled up with the kick plate before it's fired out to the point. Dawson Baker to Keeley right in front of backhand off the glove of Hussey. Nearly a 4-0 lead. 15 seconds to go here in the first. Bobcats with one last chance. Vlasov, a slap shot off of the leg of Baker into the far corner. 5 seconds to go here in the first. Gagnon against Daly. Daly comes away with it. 2 seconds, 1 and none. That will do it for the first 20 minutes here at the Hitachi Energy Arena. As now Baker and Gagnon, they have a little extra with Daly. Gagnon being restrained. He'll head to the dressing room, and the Thunderbirds will as well. 20 minutes are in the books in Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. And the Thunderbirds jumping out to a 3-0 lead here over the Blue Ridge Bobcats. A pretty dominant first period for the Thunderbirds. But now we'll look to build on it across the final 40 minutes of play. 3-0, the Thunderbirds leading the Bobcats after 20 minutes. The first intermission reports coming up on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
It's a 3-0 lead for the Carolina Thunderbirds over the Blue Ridge Bobcats at the first intermission here in Game 1 of this best-of-3 series between the Thunderbirds and the Bobcats. Brendan Riley with you here on Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. How about this start for Carolina? Coming out and dominating across the first 20 minutes here against the team that had given them a lot of troubles here across the course of the regular season. Carolina here across the first 20 minutes. Dominant. We take a look here at the first period, which is brought to you by First Bank. Carolina able to open the scoring just over 3 minutes in the first period. It was Roman Kramer from Zach White and Joe Kennedy that opened the scoring for the Thunderbirds. It was Kramer who was able to work it up to the far dot, and he beat Hussey on the blocker side to put the Thunderbirds ahead 1-0. That would be the first of multiple points for both White and Kramer this evening. Kramer made it a 1-0 game. Carolina held that 1-0 lead, and they would add to it with just about 7 minutes remaining in the first period. This time it was Gus Ford. Ford at the near post on a shot from White, or a centering pass from Kramer that was intended for Zach White at the top of the crease. It was sticked away to the near post. Gus Ford, right spot at the right time, able to slot it home for Ford's 18th postseason goal in his 24th playoff game here with the Thunderbirds. So that made it 2-0 in favor of Carolina. Kramer and White assisting on that. And then the Thunderbirds would get an opportunity on the power play. And the Thunderbirds' last playoffs went 3 for 28 on the power play. This year they're 1 for 1. It was Gus Ford again from who else but Zach White and Roman Kramer. Ford got into the slot, let a shot go. It kind of fluttered on Greg Hussey, but it snuck through him, and it gave Carolina a 3-0 lead after Igor Ramina was called for a hook. That sent Carolina to the power play, and the Thunderbirds took a 3-0 lead, and that is where we stand after the first 20 minutes of play here tonight. Taking a look at the netminders. First, for the Thunderbirds, Mario Cavalieri saw 15 shots in that first period. He saved all 15 that he saw. Cavalieri, who's 2-3 in his career in the playoffs, off to a good start here in the 2025 Commissioners Cup Playoffs. On the other side, Greg Hussey saw 17 shots. He saved 14. Hussey, a 4-2-1 mark in his postseason career. All of that coming with Carolina back in the 2023 postseason. So far, though, Cavalieri outplaying Greg Hussey so far in the first period. So Carolina, a 3-0 lead here at the first intermission, here in front of a pretty good crowd here at the Hitachi Energy Arena, expected to be the largest crowd in Bobcats franchise history here at the tail end of their second campaign in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. But so far, it's the team from Winston-Salem all over the Blue Ridge Bobcats, 3-0. After 20 minutes of play. What's going on around the rest of the Commissioners Cup playoffs? Well, we'll update you on the out-of-town scoreboard coming up on the other side of this timeout. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Carolina in first in the Continental Division. Well, how is the other half of the Continental Division going? It was a 7-4 win for Columbus back on Game 1 at home in Columbus on Wednesday. And tonight the series in that one for Game 2 shifting to the Aikens Ford Arena in Athens, Georgia. First ever home playoff game for the Rock Lobsters. And so far they have been up to the task, responding like a team with its season on the line. Daniil Glukaryov opened the scoring 3-11 into the first period on the power play for the Rock Lobsters. Malik Johnson would then double the advantage, 4:17 into the second before Carter at Shinkaruk. He ended up giving the Rock Lobsters a 3-0 lead. That is where they stand right now, 8.5 minutes into the second period there from the Aikens Ford Arena in the other Continental Division semifinal. 3-0 lead for Athens, trying to force a Game 3 tomorrow. Watertown and Binghamton. From the Watertown Municipal Arena, Binghamton the 1 seed, Watertown the 4. They won the play-in game to get into the Commissioners Cup quarterfinals. And so far in that one, through 20 minutes, it's all Binghamton. 2-0 lead, but they're out shooting the Wolves 16-5 across the first 20 minutes of play. Scott Ramekers from Austin Thompson and Tyson Kirkby put the Black Bears ahead 1-0. It was then Gavin Yates from Kyle Steffen to double the advantage, 9:57 into the first. That also coming on the power play. And it's a 2-0 lead for the defending champion Binghamton Black Bears in Game 1 there from Watertown. And the other matchup in the Empire side, it's Danbury and Port Huron from McMorran Arena in Port Huron, Michigan. And so far, Port Huron, 6:42 into the second, out shooting Danbury, 16-9. But Chase Harwell, 13:24 into the first period for Danbury, has the hat tricks ahead 1-0 there in the second. Port Huron out shooting Danbury 8-0. But so far for the hat tricks, Connor McCullum has saved all 16 shots that he's seen in that one. So that's the look around the rest of the Commissioners Cup playoffs here. Got Game 2 in Athens, Game 1's on the other side, and Game 1 here, which has the Thunderbirds ahead 3-0 here over the Blue Ridge Bobcats. We reset things for the start of the second period. Coming up on the other side of this timeout, this is Thunderbirds Hockey.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Whitey, what are you doing? We got to go.
Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Carolina, a 3-0 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats here at the first intermission. Brendan Riley with you here on Thunderbirds TV, Carolina Thunderbirds TV, and WTOV. Carolina outshot Blue Ridge 17-15 across the first period. 3 of those shots beating Greg Hussey, the starting netminder for the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Roman Kramer scored to open the scoring. He only had 1 goal in the playoffs last year for the Moon Township, Pennsylvania native. He only had 2 points, and he's already eclipsed that here in 20 minutes this postseason. Kramer with the goal, Zach White, Joe Kennedy assisting on that. And then it was Gus Ford from Zach White and Roman Kramer to make it a 2-0 game, and then Ford again from Kramer and White has the Thunderbirds ahead 3-0 after 20 minutes of play. Zach White had 14 multi-point goals in the regular season. Roman Kramer had 20, and now they already have 1 here in the postseason alongside Gus Ford, who's continuing to add to his illustrious postseason career. Tonight, the 24th game for Ford in the playoffs. He's now up to 19 goals, 19 assists, and 38 points for the Tillsonburg, Ontario native, who had 15 goals across the last 2 postseasons. Mario Cavalieri saving all 15 shots that he saw in the first period. And now the Thunderbirds are looking to continue to roll into the second period here in Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. A 3-0 lead for the Thunderbirds. What does the middle 20 have in store? It's next. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Looking Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Just about set for the start of the second period here from the Hitachi Energy Arena. Carolina with a 3-0 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Brendan Riley with you here on Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB. Carolina with a dominant first 20 minutes. They're looking to continue that here in the second period, which is brought to you by Flow Automotive. Roman Kramer, he opened the scoring. He's got 3 points already here tonight. The first line has been terrific this evening for the Thunderbirds. So far, you have Roman Kramer with a goal and 2 assists. You have Zach White with a trio of assists. You have Gus Ford with 2 goals. And then you have Joe Kennedy with an assist as well. We're set for the start of the second period. Welcome to the period of the long change. It'll be Ford and Michael Mercurio for the draw to start things here in the second period. We're underway here in the middle 20 from Wytheville. Starts with the Bobcats dumping this one into their attacking zone. They took it away with Vladisov out to the point. Lavaca one-timer punched out of the air by Cavalieri, and Karam's out of play. So face off to the left, Mario Cavalieri, who saved all 15 shots he saw in that first 20 minutes. They're going to redo the draw here as they toss out Mercurio. Daly kicks it into the corner. It's Vladisov and Clay Keeley. They battle. Ford shovels it up the far wall, and they'll flip it off of the Dashers and out to the neutral zone. Philip Levant goes cross corner. James Farmer picking up the near wall. Kramer one touch to Ford, who had it knocked away, and Daly will scoop it up. Here's Philip Levant. Finds Igor Ramanow. Back to Lavac. Too much on that pass for Brandon Reller. Pastuca takes it away. Slid it from Monachik. Here's Solak in the slot. Got his stick hit from behind by Nicholas Stuckless. He holds on to it. Spins into the corner. Goes right out near post. Pastuca waits. He scores! There was a little window over the glove of Greg Hussey. And Yuri Pastuca finds it. His 10th career playoff goal, and he makes it a 4-0 lead for the Thunderbirds here on the road in Game 1. What a statement for Carolina. here in game one. Back underway. 18:45 to go here in the second period. It's a 4-0 Thunderbirds lead. Nate Keeley backhands it to Jacob Schnapp. His pass off the stick of Dawson Baker ends up clearing the zone. Danny Martin and Clay Keeley go after it at the near wall. Nate Keeley went down to the ice after he got his skate single up, and the Thunderbirds try to clear. Farmer just taps it out to the neutral zone where Nate Keeley is knocked away. Farmer having trouble with Justin Daly. Fed a pass to Schnapp, dropped it back off of the stick of Clay Keeley. Thunderbirds having trouble in their own half of the ice, and this is going to make matters worse with an icing. So Yuri Pestuka from Jan Salak and Peter Banachik. 68 seconds into the second period. Faceoff goes to the near corner. Farmer shoves a man down to the ice. That was Wolf. Schnapp trying to get out of his own zone. Flips across ice. Baker waits for Ramanow to play it, who backhands it out to the neutral zone. Here's Justin Daly trying to go up the near wall. Finds Clay Keeley. Up to Nate. Nate with career high in goals and points here this season with 12 goals and 26 points. Justin Daly across the blue line, a shot off the leg of Joe Kennedy. Igor Ramanow forgot the puck, gets it back. Kramer all over him. Ford starting to swoop in. White steps in, takes it away, and an offside is called. Carolina had a prime odd-man opportunity, but the linesman, Drew Wakalis, making the call. Gus Ford disagreed, as now he goes back in for the draw against Brandon Reller. Ford wins the draw. Reller deflected the pass from Baudouin. White able to scoop it up. Goes up the far wall. Kramer had it out in front of him. Baudouin will just shovel it in on Greg Hussey, who did not play in the wild card game on Tuesday, battling a lower body strain. It was a game time decision tonight. It's over 3 minutes gone here in the second period. A 4-0 Thunderbirds lead here for the Blue Ridge Bobcats in game one of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Carolina went 5-2 here in Wytheville in the regular season. Gus Ford dumps this one in. Daniel Klinecki plays it up the near wall. Pestuka intercepted. Holding it. Salat comes away with it. Works down into the near corner. Everyone's searching for it. Pestuka finds it. Try to go out to the point. McCarron all the way back down to Mario Cavalieri. That one goes out of play here with 16:12 remaining here in the second period. This is the first time since the 2017-18 season that Carolina is not seeing the Port Huron Prowlers in the first round. Thunderbirds win the draw at center ice. Peter Banachik tips it in. Philip Levac, he takes it for Blue Ridge. Goes to his D partner, Igor Ramanow. Justin Daly finds Vlasov, snap far side. Mercurio, a shot off the glove of Cavalieri and went over the bar. Banachik sent down behind the play. Thunderbirds are going to ice this. Carolina eliminated Port Huron in the 2018-19 season, the 21-22 season, the 22-23 season, and last year. Now Port Huron gets to see the Danbury hat tricks in the quarterfinals in the Empire Division. Face-off coming to the right of Thunderbirds netminder Mario Cavalieri. Thunderbirds get a warning. Banachik goes down to the ice to win the draw into the corner. The Thunderbirds lofted out to the neutral zone. A long pass from Levac, tipped in by Justin Daly. Cavalieri plays it to the near corner for Lane King. Fired up to Pastuca. Trying to go cross ice for Solak. A little too much on that pass. Banachik wants a blow. He'll go to the bench as the third line begins to come out. Here's a shot from Vlasov off the stick of King. Cavalieri dangerously played it, and Pastuca is able to take it away in the slot. Pastuca and Keeley were just a half second early. And an offside here with 15:09 remaining in the second period. Face off in front of the Thunderbirds bench. Carolina wins the draw. It's James Farmer. Snaps it to the tape of Nate Keeley. Dances around Klinecki. Spins away from him now. Goes out to the point. It's Farmer to Baker. No look to Kennedy. Cross ice. Kennedy a shot blocked by Stuckless. Was able to bank it out to center ice. Farmer to Nate Keeley. Saucered to Baker. Up the near side, Baker, a shot saved by Hussey. Norwinski plays the rebound up the near half wall. Batita tried to swat it away from Reller. Found a pass to Carson Andrioli. Andrioli sent hard into the glass by Clay Keeley. Came in on Cavalieri, a quick shot, deflected. Cavalieri has it in the trapper, and he'll freeze here with 14:23 remaining here in the second period. It's a 4-0 Thunderbirds lead here in game one. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Whitey, what are you doing? We got to go.
Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Mario Cavalieri has been great in net so far here tonight for the Thunderbirds. He saved 18 out of 18 shots, and the Thunderbirds have a 4-0 lead here over the Blue Ridge Bobcats. 14:23 remaining here in this second period, which is brought to you by Flow Automotive. Face-off taken by Blue Ridge. Nicholas McHugh goes to Patrick Colgan at the point. His shot off the stick of White. Vaughn Bresco shoved down Lane King. Thunderbirds able to clear. Colgan will dump it right back in. This one out of play. Bobcats want to delay a game. They're going to talk about it. That's Jason Messamore and Brian Pincus, and they're going to say no delay a game. So face-off going to come once again in the defensive zone for the Thunderbirds to the right of Cavalieri. Ford wins the draw. It's deflected right out in front. Bresco a shot. Cavalieri down to the splits, able to fight it off. In the slot, it's Bresco to the outside. Bresco saved by Cavalieri. Rebound pops free. Morin has it. Keeley shuts him down into the boards. And Kramer comes away with it. Saucered it to Zach White. White with 3 assists here in his first Commissioners Cup playoff games. Tried to make it 4 with a centering pass to Roman Kramer. Now here comes Milan Bresco up the far side. Working against Baudouin. He waits. Set it off with the right skate of Baudouin. Salak just off the bench, able to take the loose puck. Here come the Thunderbirds, 3-on-3. Salak into the corner. Goes out to Baudouin. Cycle it around. Cut off by Vlasov. We have a stoppage, though. I believe we're going to have a too many men against Carolina. Brad's going to go against the Bobcats. That's going to send Ramino back to the box, and Carolina is going to go to its second power play tonight, which is brought to you by Atrium Health. Thunderbirds 1 for 1 on the power play this evening. Gus Ford's second of the night. Jan Salak at the far half wall after the Thunderbirds won the draw. Feeds it low for Nate Keeley. He surveys on the forehand at the far wall. Cross ice to Pastuca. Made it a 4-0 game just 68 seconds into this second period. Here's Panachik at the near dot. Back to Pastuca. Far side to Salak. Whipped on a shot. He's got Stuckless on him. He'll go back out to the point. Pastuca walking in a shot. Zipped it wide. Panachik back to Pastuca. He wants a one-timer. Hasn't gotten the angle, though. Here's Panachik, a shot deflected by Batista. That one was beneath Hussey. Was able to squeeze the pads. There was a little daylight there in the 5-hole as Batista was looking for, yet again, another tip-in goal here this year. Face off to the left of Hussey. Carolina wins the draw. White leads the way. Mercurio able to clear, but only as far as the red line. Shots are tied at 20. Here's again towards the midway mark in this one. Thunderbirds on the Atrium Health power play. Too many men call against the Bobcats. Blue Ridge able to clear with Igor Ramanow in the box for the second time here tonight. Here comes Gus Ford, second on the team in power play goals during the regular season. White with a tip to Schnapp, return to White. He waits through it behind Hussey. He was trying to bank it off his back or maybe even his mask. Daly chops at it. White runs the puck down. It's Baker out to the point with Ford. Across the blue line, Baker back to Ford. Sends it to the far half wall. White, Schnapp, cross ice Ford. Walking in, dropped it for White. A shot, that one goes off of a body in front. Bobcats now with the chance going the other way. It's Michael Mercurio with Daly. Ford racing back, flipped it, and White knocked it out of the air. Kramer swoops into corral. That's just about going to do it for the power play for Carolina. Here's a shot from Gagnon off a leg and high. Ramanow out of the box. Carolina 1 for 2 on the power play here tonight. And an offside is called. There's 11:05 remaining in the second. So face-off's going to come in front of the Bobcats bench. They tie up on the draw. Salak going 1-on-3. Able to get it back. Farmer's pass deflected by Reller. Farmer plays it up the far wall. It's Salak. Just got rid of a pass to Panachik into the attacking zone. Panachik, a shot saved by Hussey. It'll hang on to it. 10:46 remaining. Greg Hussey tonight has saved 18 out of 22. Mario Cavalieri has saved all 20 he's seen. Thunderbirds playing well here on the road. Petita in the near corner. Cycle it around. Keeley was tangled up with Colgan. Baker a blow on McHugh, and the Bobcats able to get it out of their own zone. A backhand by Radchenko, knocked free by Petita. Danny Martin had it momentarily as it's chipped along to Colgan. His pass off of the skates of Brezko. All the way behind the net. Baudouin played the body. Kennedy's scooped it up. Nate Keeley banks it off of the Dashers. Radchenko kicked it to keep it in. Danny Martin back to Radchenko. He'll walk in. Top of the circles. He scores. Dennis Radchenko, who scored on Tuesday. He only had one goal in the regular season. He's now got two. Here in his first two Commissioners Cup playoff games that he has. The Bobcats on the board and a little life here in the Hitachi Energy Arena. So it's a 3-goal lead now for the Thunderbirds here in the second period of game one. This best of three series. A turnover forced by White. Slid it to Kramer, back to Ford. Out, shot blocked by Daly, didn't even see it. Almost an immediate response by Carolina. White gloved the clearing attempt down. Ford zips it cross ice. Clay Keeley down to Kramer. Looked in front for White, got tangled up with Ramanow. King and Mercurio, they battle for it. Two former teammates in Watertown. It's flipped out to the neutral zone. Both of them on the 2021-2022 Commissioner Cup champion Watertown Wolves sides. Philip Levac across the Bobcats logo. You have Ramanow and Kramer behind the play, jawing at each other. Schnapp flutters this one down ice. Salak racing after it with Ramanow. They play the bodies. Ramanow goes awkwardly down to the ice, takes Salak down with him. Salak has a stick underneath Ramanow. They're still tangled up all the way down below Greg Hussey's goal line as the Thunderbirds able to force a turnover. James Farmer. So we approach 8.5 to go here in the second period. Pass taken away. Schnapp deflects it back into the attacking zone. Alex Nowinski into the neutral zone, gets to the red line, dumps it in cross corner. Cavalieri will hang on to it here with 8:14 remaining here in the second period. Carolina's lead has been cut to 3. It's 4-1 Thunderbirds. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Carolina in front here on the road in game one. Thunderbirds have looked great. Dennis Radchenko, though, just made it a 3-goal game. with an assist from Danny Martin. It's going to be a face-off coming in the attacking zone for the Bobcats to restart things here with 8:13 to go. So this one's deflected. So the face-off is going to come to the left of Cavalieri once again. At the far half wall, it's chipped out to the neutral zone. It'll be Patrick Colgan. We'll go back to collect for the Bobcats. Comes out to center ice. There's a chance for Blue Ridge. Danny Martin flutters one in. That's held up. So with 7:57 to go here in the second period. So face off to the left of Cavalieri. Goes over to the far corner. Ford trying to clear with Robin Kramer. Flips it all the way down ice. With the Bobcats right back in with McHugh. McHugh waits a shot, try to beat Cavalieri on the short side. He was ready for it. White up to Ford into the attacking zone. Ford on the forehand, a shot blockered away by Hussey. Radchenko gets to the loose puck. And I'll just loft it to center ice. And Young got taken out with McHugh. Here's Wolf's shot blocked by Kennedy. He's had a few tonight. Wolf centered it in front. Mercurio lifted it high. Wolf searching for it. Kennedy sends the right arm and shoves him into the boards. Thunderbirds now break the other way with White, who will just dump it in. We approach 7 minutes to go here in the second period. Carolina with a 4-1 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats here in Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Game 2 coming tomorrow evening at 7:30 at the Fairgrounds Arena. Michael Mercurio and the Bobcats are offside. So that's going to bring the draw out in the neutral zone. Across from the Bobcats bench will be Mercurio and Bonacek for the draw. Mercurio wins it. Igor Ramanow will rattle this one around. Cavalieri settles it down behind his cage. 6:40 to go here in the second period, which is brought to you by Flow Automotive. Jan Salak up at the far side of the attacking zone, has it on the backhand, shoved into the glass by Philip Levac. Bonacek searching for it, trying to find it. He battles with Ramanow. You got 5 guys looking for it at the kick plate. Bonacek eventually taps it out. Snop one touch, got it to Keeley. Back to Bonacek, centered it out in front. Now here come the Bobcats the other way. Snop trying to get back. Up the near side, it's Vlasov, centered it in front. A nice shot by Keeley, tangling up Mercurio as now Carolina looks to break the other way. Bonacek, the far half wall, dropped it for Lane King. He scored last Saturday. Ramanow flips it to Carson Andreoli, quickly fired it up to Justin Daly. He's across the blue line with Reller. King raced all the way back, knocked him off the puck. He'll wrap it for Dawson Baker here with 5:35 to go here in the second period. 4-1 lead for the Thunderbirds. Bobcats had to get back on side. Here's Dawson Baker. Banked it up the near wall. Reller tried to shovel it out to the neutral zone. Batita intercepted. Couldn't get around Norwinski. Dumps it into the near corner. Nate Keeley plays the body against Daniel Klinecki. Batita had it for a second. Klinecki, though, loops it near side. Baker finishes off his hit on Norwinski. He got the puck away. Farmer goes after in the corner with Nicholas Stuckless. 4:55 to go here in the second period. A 4-1 lead for the Thunderbirds here on the road in Game 1. Thunderbirds the 1 seed in the Continental Division. Blue Ridge had to win the wild card game on Tuesday to earn the right to see Carolina. Juan Brezko, centering feed, intercepted by Baker. It's Roman Kramer now up into the neutral zone. He'll rattle this one around. Kramer plays the body on Redchenko. He goes down to the ice, try to get back up. Puck pop free. It's Danny Martin across the blue line. Martin has it on the forehand. He waits, centered it in front. And that one went wide. It's Colgan. Some space firing it in on Cavalieri. He makes the save and freezes here with 4:13 remaining here in the second period. Carolina with a 4-1 lead. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
A 4-1 lead for the Thunderbirds here in Game 1 of this best-of-3 Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals matchup here against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Carolina with 4 goals in the first 21 and a half minutes. Dennis Redchenko got the Bobcats on the board just over the midway mark here in this second period. Carolina, though, nice job being able to keep it at that. They win the draw in the defensive zone. Roman Kramer snaps across ice for Zach White. White walks in, threw it in front. Trying to get a tip from Ford. Instead, Hussey got a stick on it. Ford had it for a second. Brings it out to the point. Cross ice to Joe Kennedy. Cycles it around. Levac whiffed. It's Kramer at the far half wall. Shoved down to the ice by Levac. Panachik jamming at it. Shot nearly intercepted a pass from Vlasov. Is now Justin Daly to the attacking zone. Ran into 4 white sweaters. Carolina has been solid. Schnapp fluttered it into the slot. Salak picks up the puck in the far corner. Goes out to the point. Pastuca at the blue line. He toes it, fires it to Salak. Panachik. Down low, Salak in the corner. He surveys, throw it in front, they score! Oh, what a tip from Peter Panachik. He beats Hussey over the shoulder, and with 3:08 remaining in the second, it's 5-1 Thunderbirds. Twelfth playoff goal for Panachik. He did not have a goal in last year's playoffs, and he gets one here with 3:08 remaining in the second period. It's a 5-1 Thunderbirds lead. They lead as 4 once again. This is going to go for an icing. The last time Carolina and Blue Ridge saw each other, all the way back on March 29th, head coach Steve Harrison, a lot of guys said they were embarrassed on home ice, losing that bad. But tonight they're atoning for that here in Game 1. A 5-1 lead for the Thunderbirds. They're with under 3 minutes to go in the second period. It's a turnover at center ice. Nate Keeley couldn't hang on to it, but Tita a shoulder into Andrioli as the puck finds its way over to the far wall. Nate Keeley at the red line. Cycles this one around. Norwinski in the corner. Has Baker closing. Plays the body. Norwinski goes down to the ice hard. Hand is up. Hand is up from the referee. This is going to go against Baker. And I don't agree with that. Oh, come on. That wasn't a very hard hit by Baker, but Norwinski is going to get an Oscar. And Carolina goes to its first penalty kill of the evening, which is brought to you by the law offices of Timothy Welburn. Face-off won by the Bobcats, who trail 5-1. Got Dawson Baker in the box for the next 2 minutes. Here's a shot from Mercurio. Cavalieri makes the save through traffic. A roughing call against Dawson Baker. Carolina, best penalty kill in the regular season, 88%, while the Bobcats had the 12th best power play out of 14 teams at 15%. Carolina wins the draw, and Zach White will send it down 200 feet. Blue Ridge got 2 power play opportunities on Tuesday. They went 1 for 2 in the 5-2 victory for the Bobcats over the Baton Rouge Zydeco. Here's Michael Mercurio across the Bobcats logo. Gets in onside, under 2 to go here in the second period. Thunderbirds on the penalty kill, which is brought to you by the law offices of Timothy Welburn. James Farmer shovels it to Yuri Pestuka. Brings it in, is able to clear and throw it off Daniel Klenecki. McHugh just got a stick on that long pass. Sent it on Cavalieri, and the Thunderbirds able to clear once again. Just about 75 seconds left to go here in the second period. 45 remain on the roughing call against Baker. McHugh in front of the penalty box. Go back for Philip Levanc. Snapped it to Vladislav Vlasov. Held up at the blue line. Bobcats were offside. With a minute 1 remaining in this second period. Danny Martin wins the draw. White a shoulder into Daly. 25 to go on Baker's roughing call. Under a minute to go here in the second period. It's a 5-1 Thunderbirds lead. Danny Martin across the blue line. The lefty brings it to the forehand. Found a man, it's Vlasov, couldn't get a shot away. A nice stick by Kennedy as it goes into the corner. Kennedy now will bring it out to the neutral zone. Baker out of the box. Kennedy flips it in. 25 seconds remain here in the second period as the Thunderbirds 1 for 1 on the penalty kill this evening. A long pass hopped off the stick of Farmer, who spins and fires it in the direction of Schnapp. Chips it along here with 8 seconds remaining. Norwinski banks it up the near wall. It's Milan Brezko. Flipped it up to Wolf here with 1 second. He's going to run out of time. And that does it for the middle 20 minutes here this evening from the Hitachi Energy Arena. The Thunderbirds with a 5-1 lead here with the Blue Ridge Bobcats after 40 minutes of play here tonight. Carolina continues to roll here on the road in game 1 in Wytheville. Peter Panachik building the lead back to 4. With just over 3 minutes remaining in the second period. Now the Thunderbirds will look to go to the final 20 minutes trying to close out a Game 1 victory here in Wytheville. 5-1, the Thunderbirds in front at the second intermission. Second intermission report is next. This is Thunderbirds Hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Back here at the Hitachi Energy Arena, we are at the second intermission here tonight, and the Thunderbirds with a 5-1 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats after 40 minutes of play. Brendan Riley with you here on the second intermission report. Carolina opened the scoring in that second period rather quickly. It was Yuri Pestuka, just 68 seconds into the second period from Jan Salak and Peter Banachik. Pestuka didn't have much space on the short side, but he saw a little sliver on the glove side of Greg Hussey, who is down underneath. He was trying to hold his near post, but there was just a little piece of daylight. And Pestuka was able to find it as he nets his first this playoffs, and he gets his 10th career playoff goal in the Commissioners Cup Playoffs. So Carolina took a 4-0 lead there. Just a minute 8 into the second period. Thunderbirds will look to try to add to that. They would be unsuccessful. And then just over the midway mark in the second, after Blue Ridge seemed like they started to find their footing a little bit here in this one, Dennis Radchenko walked all the way into the top of the circles. It was able to wire one home for his second playoff goal. He had one back on Tuesday. He only had one goal in the regular season when he finds the back of the net. Danny Martin getting the assist. First assist in the playoff career, Danny Martin, who was scoreless in his first 9 playoff games with Carolina back in the 22-23 season. His first goal in the playoffs back on Tuesday. So that made it a 4-1 game. You thought Blue Ridge, all right, they're back into it. Crowd was back into it as well. But the Thunderbirds were able to silence the Hitachi Energy Arena crowd late stages of the second period. It was the check line again. Jordan Gagnon, the defenseman, was able to help out as Jan Salak delivered a beautiful pass to Peter Banachik, who tipped it home. He beat Hussey over the shoulder and went off the roof of the cage and in. And it built the lead back to 5-1 in favor of Carolina. And they take that lead into the dressing room here after 40 minutes of play. So Carolina, a 5-1 lead. We look at the netminders in this one. Greg Hussey here tonight. He's seen 26 shots. He saved 21 of them. On the other side, Mario Cavalieri, he's seen 25. He saved 24. Cavalieri with a good showing here on the road in game one up here in Wytheville. A good host of Thunderbirds fans. A lot of red and black making the trip up here to Wytheville for game one. Game two comes tomorrow, 7:30 puck drop at the Fairgrounds Arena. Take note, 7:30 instead of regular 7:35 p.m. puck drop that we usually have at home. And then Sunday, on Easter Sunday, if it's a game three, that'll be at 6:05 p.m. Eastern from the Fairgrounds Arena. Carolina in a good spot right now, leading the Blue Ridge Bobcats 5-1 here in Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. You'll hear from Roman Kramer and head coach Steve Harrison on the Coach Harry Show. Coming up on the other side of this timeout, this is Thunderbirds hockey.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
You want to play well for most of the year. You want the consistency. But the one thing I think last year when we went into the playoffs, I don't think we were healthy and rested. And I think this year here we're a little better. Both those situations are rectified. I think we're playing well. Can we play better? Always, you know, the old adage, the coach is never happy. But we've played pretty well, and now I'm excited because I think we're healthy and we're rested, and so now that combination there, I think for us right now is going to be a big thing. Last year, I think the playoffs took a toll on us as far as when we got down to the nitty gritty at the end there. I think we just kind of ran out a little bit of steam, and a lot of it had to do with health, a lot of it had to do with rest. And as I said, that's one of the things I wanted to do this year, make sure that we went into the playoffs like that. And right now, that's where we're at. And hopefully it comes out to be successful.
Roman, for you, compared to this time last year, how do you say you feel? How would you say that the room feels going into the playoffs?
I mean, I think everyone is really positive right now. I feel better going into the playoffs this year. Last year, I felt kind of burnt out towards the end of the season, but kind of have a spark, and I'm really excited for playoffs now.
Well, now through 56 games, there's a lot of memories that are made. There's a lot of there's just a lot that goes on. It's a full 5-6 months before you even get to the playoffs. Question for the both of you: what would you say that the best moment from this regular season was? Coach, will start with you.
That's a tough one. I think. From my standpoint, and most people don't understand it, it's the camaraderie that we have on our team. And that's what, to me, that's huge. We have practice on Tuesday, and a lot of times it's a little lighthearted than normal. And guys are chirping at each other and things like that, but they're there and they're working hard. And that's a big plus in my book of a team that wants to play together. And, you know, a couple weekends ago when we played Port Huron there, you saw that camaraderie and that friendship and that team building come to life when people put someone to their backs to the corner. We stood up, and guys stood up for each other, and that's, you know, we had some big moments. We had 9 shutouts. We've had Crames had some big goals. We had a lot of different really big goals, big wins, you know, down near the stretch. As I said, but coming from a coach's standpoint, as I said, one thing doesn't really stand out. I think the one moment, as I said, he hadn't played in a couple of years, and Joe Candelosi scored that goal there. That kind of electrified the team. But again,
when it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Whitey, what are you doing? We gotta go.
Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Back here at the Hitachi Energy Arena, it is a 5-1 lead for the Thunderbirds over at the Blue Ridge Bobcats here at the second intermission. Looking at the other 3 games in the Commissioners Cup playoffs here tonight. Port Huron, a 3-2 lead over the Danbury Hat-Tricks. 3 unanswered for the Prowlers. Bobby Price, Drew Welsh, Alex Johnson. He just put the Prowlers ahead 39 seconds into the third period on the power play. All 3 of their goals tonight for the Prowlers coming on the special teams short-handed goal from Bobby Price, Drew Welsh on the power play, Alex Johnson on the power play. Athens, a 4-1 lead over the Columbus River Dragons. They're 8 minutes into the third period in Athens. Malik Johnson has sued Daniil Glukaryov. He opened the scoring. Carter Shinkaruk against his former team finding the back of the net. Alex Storja on the lone goal for the Columbus River Dragons there. And then we have a 2-1 game going to the third period at the Watertown Municipal Arena. Scott Ramekers and Gavin Yates both scoring in the first period For the Black Bears, Trevor Lord from Jimmy Lodge and Dominic Della Savita made it a 2-1 game on the power play with just under 4 minutes remaining there in the second period. So Watertown only trails by 1. Going to the final 20 minutes in game 1 there in that 1-4 matchup. So 3-2, Port Huron in the 2-3 matchup in Port Huron, 4-1 Athens over Columbus. They're in game 2. Rock Lobsters trying to force a game 3 tomorrow, and then Binghamton leading 2-1 over the Watertown Wolves. Here, Carolina 5, the Bobcats 1. The third period is next. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile. Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Carolina a 5-1 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats going to the final 20 minutes of play in regulation. Brendan Riley with you here on Carolina Thunderbirds TV and also here on WTOB. Carolina 3 in the first, 2 in the second. They're out shooting the Bobcats 26-25. And the Thunderbirds look to try to head home for game 2. With a 1-0 series lead in this best of 3. Roman Kramer has 3 points. Zach White has 3 points. Gus Ford, Peter Banachuk, Jan Salak, all with 2 points. Joe Kennedy and Jordan Gagnon with assists. Yuri Pastuka are the goal scorers for Carolina here this evening. We're ready to go here for the start of the third period, which is presented by Culver's. It'll be Michael Mercurio and Gus Ford to get us going here in the third period. We're underway. Here in the third period in Wytheville in game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals in the 1-4 matchup. Quick shot saved by Cavalier, rebound. Held on to, now he got extras after the whistle. Gagnon was tied up. And now he's in a headlock right now. He's got a finger in his mouth. There's Mercurio. Gagnon and him. Both with some extras after Cavalieri made the save. Looks like they're both going to get 2. It's going to be a pair. It's going to be a roughing call against Mercurio. I believe they said a high stick against Gagnon. It looks like Carolina's going to come away with a power play out of this. I believe the roughing call was against Gagnon and the high stick was against Mercurio. And now it's that long here is, okay, so it was a high stick against Mercurio and then roughings against Mercurio and Gagnon. So Carolina to the Atrium Health power play for the third time this evening. They're 1 for 2. Thunderbirds begin the power play, but it starts with the clearance by the Bobcats. Gus Ford, who's got the power play goal for Carolina. Now against Jacob Wolf. Will find Zach White here. Just over 30 seconds into the third period. You got Gagnon and Mercurio in the box. Vlasov also in there. Here's Kramer, a shot blocked. It's a new netminder for the Bobcats as well. That's Connor Green in net. So Greg Hussey's night is done. Here's Roman Kramer. He goes out to the point. Baker. So Ford right back to Baker. He'll walk in. Leaves it for Ford. Top of the circles. Throws it in. Green able to make the save as he parries it into the near corner. Wolf takes it away. And we'll start the other way. Wolf across the blue line, a shot off the glove of Cavalieri. And Ford able to settle down the rebound. So Greg Hussey finishes his night. Saving 21 out of 26 is now Connor Green's night the rest of the way. Green saved 26 out of 28 in the play-in game back on Tuesday. They battle for it in front of the penalty boxes. There are 30 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Carolina. Not much going here on the power play. Jan Salak takes a shoulder from Radchenko from his knees, able to dump it in. We approach 2 minutes gone here in the third period. A 5-1 lead for the Thunderbirds. Here's Yuri Pastuka. Feeds it to the red line with Panachik. A backhand looking for Salak. Just out in front of him. And Patrick Colgan takes the loose puck. Salak spins him off it. Panachik settles it down. Sends it out to the point. King walking down the wall. Tried to feed it for Panachik. Knocked away, and it comes away to Vladislav Vlasov. He goes cross ice to Carson Andrioli. He'll flip this one in. You got Vlasov out of the box. Carolina 1 for 3 on the power play here this evening. They lead 5-1 here in game one. Reller had it poked away by Panachik. Vlasov reaches back, and Reller will try to chop it in. It went off of a white sweater, and King goes cross corner. 3 minutes gone here in the third period. A 5-1 lead for the Thunderbirds. Trying to win game one on the road with game two tomorrow night at home, and an icing will bring an attacking zone draw for Carolina. It's now 5-2 Prowlers there in the third over Danbury. Watertown has tied it, and Athens a 4-1 lead over Columbus in game two. Here in Wytheville, second playoff game in Bobcats franchise history. Thunderbirds leading 5-1. Nicholas McHugh finds Danny Martin across the blue line. Martin, a shot saved by Cavalieri. He ends up corralling it. He was looking to the corner to see if that one skipped off of him. So tonight you got game two in the playoffs for Blue Ridge tonight the 32nd playoff game for the Thunderbirds. Carolina 6-9 on the road in their playoff history. Face off to the right of Cavalieri. We'll see Justin Daly and Gus Ford after Stuckless was tossed. James Fulmer off of the draw. It's a Roman Kramer will flip it down. This one coming in on Green. He's going to have to cover with White closing. Connor Green in the regular season went 3-7-3 with a 360 goals against and a 907 save percentage. Face off to the right of Green now. Carolina wins the draw. In the corner, Nate Keeley, Philip Levac, John Batista, Nicholas Stuckless all search for it. Travels over to the far kick plate. Daly able to get it out. King lost an edge at center ice. Still found Clay Keeley to flip it in. Green leaves it for Igor Ramanow. Vlasov spins away from Dawson Baker and goes cross ice. Ramanow up to the blue line. Stuckless pokes this one in. Daly and Lane King into the corner. Baker takes a shove. Shipped up the near wall. Daly searches. He goes cross ice. Norwinski holds it in. His shot deflected. Saved by Cavalieri. Rebound out in front. Andrioli couldn't get a shot away. Nate Keeley snaps it on a line to Salak. Trying to step in. He picks it back up at the near blue line. Salak trying to spin away. Cycle it back around. It's picked up by Norwinski. Salak and Wolf with a little extra. Long pass finds Brandon Reller. He waits with the mouth guard hanging out of his mouth. Pass deflected away. Schnupp up to Bonacek. Gagnon joining the rush. And they say Gagnon was offside. Here 15:06 remaining in the third. So the face-off in front of the Bobcats bench. Danny Martin wins the draw against Gus Ford. 5 minutes gone here in the third period. 5-1 lead for the Thunderbirds over the Bobcats. Here in game one of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Carolina the 1 seed, Blue Ridge the 4. Danny Martin fed it out in front trying to find the speedy Milan Brezko. His centering pass intercepted by Gus Ford. Lofts it out to the blue line. White had trouble with it. They say it stayed in. McHugh settles it down, top of this line. His shot gloved by Cavalieri. He'll freeze here with 14:34 remaining here in the third period. Carolina, a 5-1 lead. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
It's a 5-1 lead for the Thunderbirds here over the Blue Ridge Bobcats in game one of the Commissioners Cup quarterfinals. Thunderbirds scored the first 4 here tonight. Dennis Radchenko then got the Bobcats on the board before Peter Bonacek was able to answer. Face off to the left of Mario Cavalieri. who tonight has been terrific in net. Shot from the point from Redchenko. Skips wide. And White's able to clear. Cavalieri in his career 11-2-1 against the Bobcats. Danny Martin across the blue line. Got rid of it, a shot from Brezko. Went behind the net, and Kramer knocks it out to the neutral zone. Patrick Colgan chopped at it. Right up to Redchenko. Gets a return feed. We approach 6 minutes gone here in the third period, which is presented by Culver's. Up the near wall. It's Brezko, a shot saved by Cavalieri. Going down to the butterfly, and he covers here with 13:58 remaining in the third period. Cavalieri this season went 21-8-2. The 2.28 goals against average is his best in his FPHL career. He went 10-4-1 both at home and on the road. Thunderbirds win the draw. Lane King, his pass intercepted. Justin Daly, he circles, has it at the far dot. Shot deflected. Hand is up from the referee. We're going to have a call. It's going to be Nate Keeley. For a hold. And so Blue Ridge gets their second power play opportunity. Thunderbirds are to the penalty kill, which is brought to you by the law offices of Timothy Welburn. Carolina killed off the lone power play for the Bobcats so far tonight, looking for more of the same success. And the second crack, a man down. They start getting out to the neutral zone. And Philip Levac will hold it at his own blue line. Snaps it to Brezko. In trouble with it. Entering the zone, and Gagnon is able to poke it out. Glassong trying to go back for Danny Martin. He'll come all the way back in the direction of Connor Green, who took over for Greg Hussey at the start of this third period. Hussey saving 21 out of 26 here tonight. Brezko goes cross ice. Hops off the stick of Daly. Fans get a little restless here for their hometown Bobcats. Comes out to the point. Vlasov over to Levac. Back to Vlasov, a one-timer. That one missed the net. Levac, shot off the end glass, comes out hard. Vlasov, a rebound saved by Cavalieri. Still loose. Cavalieri's mask is off. And a whistle. Cavalieri way out of his crease, and he's in a little bit of pain. Mike Murphy is going to come out to talk to Cavalieri. They just made a couple of saves. Still waiting to get back on his skates. Cavalieri this evening saving 32 out of 33. And he tells Mike Murphy he's all right. And now Murphy has a little bottle. Looked like Cavalieri. A little tension to his either neck or shoulder, but he looks to be good. Carolina still in the penalty kill. 65 seconds on the holding call against Nate Keeley. Ford and Reller battle off the draw. Nicholas McHugh takes it Fires it out to the point. Mercurio snaps it to Reller with space. Centered it in front. Cavalieri got it with the left pad. It's flipped back into the slot. Farmer sticks it to the far half wall, and White's able to shovel it out to the neutral zone. Ford will fire it in on Green. Makes the save. Klenecki and Ford chase after the rebound. Ford takes it away. Save by Green. Comes right back in on the netminder, who goes sprawling to his right. Good look there in the shorthand for Gus Ford. He goes off for a blow. This one banked off of the end boards. Keeley will rattle it around. It was deflected into the mesh. Carolina had 8 shorthanded goals in the regular season. Blue Ridge allowed 7. They almost allowed one there, as they're going to toss Reller out of the dot and brings in Andrioli against Jan Salak. 22 seconds remain. They're now going to toss Salak out. They'll bring in Jacob Schnapp. Face-off won by the Bobcats. It's Klenecki's shot. That one sailed wide. And Reller couldn't hang on to the puck as it comes all the way back out to center ice. Here comes Daniel Klenecki. Across the blue line. Gains the red and dumps it in. That one skips out of play off of the kick plate. As Nate Keeley's out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5. Thunderbirds 2 for 2 on the penalty kill this evening. Remember last year, the special teams was such an issue for the Thunderbirds. Went 3 for 28 on the power play. They allowed 6 power play goals on 26 penalty kills. Nate Keeley wins the draw at center ice. You have Yuri Pastuka back playing defense. Here's Volfa back in. That one traveled to the far corner. Martin trying to step down. Keeley steps into him. Bresco tried to go out to the top of the zone, and Baker took it away. He flips this one in. Behind Green. Batita takes a shoulder from Radchenko. Baker chopped at it, and Danny Martin takes it. Martin across the blue line. Saucers it for Wolf. Return feed. Martin missed the net. Comes back out near side. Colgan sailed it high. He had a wide open net and could not hit the 4x6. And it stays a 5-1 game. Patrick Colgan, who did not have a goal in the regular season, nearly made it a 3-goal game. Kramer at his skates will chip this one in. 10.5 to go here in the third period. Fired out into the slot. Klenecki kicks it out to the neutral zone. Kennedy up to White at the red line. Finds Kramer in the slot. Missed the net. Comes back out near post. Green sprawls back. This is fired out. It's picked up. Kennedy, he waits. Sent it wide. And Green pokes it out to the far half wall. Ford chops it off of Reller. Stuckless had it for a second. Popped up to Ford. We'll cycle it around. We're at the midway mark here in the third period. A 5-1 lead for the Thunderbirds here in Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup Quarterfinals. Andrioli feeds it for Klenecki. The near corner centered it for Reller. He was tangled up with White. A nice shot by Zach White. Going up against the much bigger Brandon Reller. Kennedy banks it off of the glass. Levant kicks it with the left skate. Right to Joe Kennedy, though, who lets it trickle out to the neutral zone. Reller was right back in for a second. Couldn't hang on to the pass. He smacks the glass in frustration. It's been a tough night for Brandon Reller. Daly to Mercurio just off the bench. Poked away by Schnapp. Sent it right back to Mercurio. A Salak all over him. 9-10 to go here in the third period. This one tipped in by Daly. Cavalieri will backhand it to the far corner. King whiffed on a pass. Daly stepped into him. Monachik trying to help out against Vlasov. Cycled out to the point. Ramanow sends it around. The puck bounces off the kick plate in a stanchion. King got it with the glove. So now Keeley battles against Vlasov. King trying to step in. Vlasov still has it. Gets a pass away out to the near points. Colgan, who just missed that empty net a few minutes ago. Over to Ramanow. His shot off of skates and out of play. Here with 8:31 remaining here in the third period. It's a 5-1 Thunderbirds lead here in game one. This is Thunderbirds hockey. Tomorrow in Winston-Salem. 8:31 to go here in the third period, which is brought to you by Culver's. It's a face-off to the right of Mario Cavalieri. Shots in this third period, 10-4 in favor of the Bobcats. We're out shooting Carolina 35-30. Thunderbirds win the draw. Yuri Pastuka snaps it in the direction of Nate Keeley. Let's pop back to Farmer. Trouble with the bouncing puck. It's Bresko, a backhand loose, top of the crease. Martin searching for it. Sailed a shot high as he went tumbling down to the ice. Baker able to clear the zone here with 8:10 remaining in the third period. Opportunity for this third line. We're going to get a penalty. This is going to go against Nate Keeley again for a high stick. So Carolina will go to its third penalty kill of the evening, which is brought to you by the law offices of Timothy Welburn. Carolina 2 for 2 so far tonight here on the penalty kill. Blue Ridge now 1 for 4 here in the postseason. This one goes behind the net. Jordan Gagnon trying to clear. He can't, ran into by Nicholas McHugh. Chipped down the far half wall. Reller poked at it as it goes below the goal line. Reller kicked at it forward, tried to clear, couldn't get it past Andrioli. Snap cross ice, Klenecki. He waits, goes down below the goal for McHugh. Backhanded in front, Mercurio couldn't get a shot away. Andrioli crashed in. Klenecki wanted a slap shot. Instead goes to Reller. McHugh in the far corner. Sent one in, deflected high. Kennedy comes away with it. Under 7.5 to go here in the third period. Carolina on the penalty kill. And Kennedy will dump this one in. 1:15 to go on the high sticking call against Nate Keeley. Here's Reller. That mouth guard hanging out of his mouth once again. Sends it below the goal. Andrioli is searching for it. Cavalieri will fall on it instead. There's 7:02 remaining in the third period. Shots are 36-30 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Face-off win out to the point. It's Levac. He goes far side. Daly, a drive saved by Cavalieri. Farmer battling for the puck in the near corner. He's got two blue sweaters around him. Martin jams it free. Goes into the scrum. Salak, he has it. 40 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Farmer will look cross ice to Schnapp. We'll dump it down. Quiet here in Wytheville. Levac across the blue line, dropped it for Daly, top of the dots, he scores. First playoff goal for Justin Daly. Beats Cavalieri on the blocker's side. There's 6:21 remaining here in the third period. It's 5-2 Thunderbirds. So now we have a 3-goal game once again. If you were with us last Saturday in Monroe, you remember Carolina had a big hit there by Zach White on Norwinski that had the door pop off. But Carolina had a 5-0 lead through one. Monroe fought all the way back. They weren't able to tie it, but they had a 2-goal game in the late stages of the third. Carson Andrioli's into the attacking zone. Puck caroms in the air. Farmer swats at it. He'll clear it. This one all the way down. It's going to go to the left of Connor Green. And it goes for icing here at 5:51 remaining here in the third. And now at center ice, Wolf trying to start something with Gus Ford. A little extra after the whistle. Andrioli jawing with Ford now. Faceoff's going to come on the other side. Andrioli traded to Blue Ridge last season from Columbus. Reller wins the draw. Klenecki a one-timer. That one's sailed over the bar. Reller bumped off the puck by White. Ford nearly had a chance at a potential breakaway. Andrioli drops it back. Ford has it in the attacking zone. It's Gus Ford. 2 goals tonight for the Tillsonburg, Ontario native. Norwinski jamming at him. Schnapp trying to come in and help out. Reller takes it. Whiffed on a pass. Klenecki with Salak and Schnapp closing. Schnapp goes down to the ice. Reller takes it up the near side. Flips it back in along. Still had it. Panashik knocked it into the corner. Philip Levac the assist on the Justin Daly goal. Here's Salak up the far side on the forehand. His shot off the stick of Igor Ramanow. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. It's a 5-2 lead for the Thunderbirds here in game one. Justin Daly gains the line. Dropped it for Levac, trying to step through. Gagnon swats it over to the far half wall. Gagnon crunched, hand goes up. And that'll send us to immediate timeout. Getting late here in the third period in game one. Thunderbirds a 5-2 lead. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Carolina to the power play coming out of the media timeout. 4:38 remains here in the third period. Michael Mercurio off for 2 minutes for a charge. Thunderbirds leading 5-2 here in game one of this best-of-3 series in the Commissioners Cup quarterfinals. We head to Winston-Salem tomorrow for game 2 at 7:30. Thunderbirds on the Atrium Health power play. They're 1 for 3 tonight. And it starts with a face-off win in the attacking zone. Goss forward, sauces it near side for Roman Kramer, out to Clay Keeley. One touch over to Ford, who surveys his options at the far half wall. Ford in front to Baker. Shot went wide. Sticks collided right towards the top of Connor Green's crease. It's out to the point with Clay Keeley. He goes to Ford, looking to go cross ice. Martin cut down the passing lane. Instead, he finds White behind the net. White flipped it out to the top of the slot. Baker was the intended target, but the pass tipped away. Under 4 to go here in the third period. A minute 20 to go on the charging call against Michael Mercurio. White gets to it in the far corner. Wraps it around for Kramer. Down low, Baker. Out to Keeley. Knocked away from him is now Martin. Up the far side, it's Danny Martin. Spins into the corner. Fed a backhand looking for Levac. White knocked it away as the second unit gets out there on the power play for the Thunderbirds. 3.5 to go here in the third period. 50 seconds to go on the power play for Carolina, which is brought to you by the law offices of Timothy Welburn. Pastuca up to Nate Keeley into the attacking zone and lost the puck, and Levac clears. Pastuca will start up the near wall for Salak. Taken down at center ice. Him and Stuckless got tangled up from his knees. Snapped the pass far side for Batista. Pass off of the legs of Milan Brezko. Batista got it back. Got around Levac. Here's John Batista. A shot fluttered in on Green. He's able to make the save. And he'll freeze here with 2:49 remaining in the third. 12 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Thunderbirds. Game 2 comes tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. from the Fairgrounds Arena. Carolina trying to set themselves up for a potential sweep of the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Face off to the right of Connor Green. Thunderbirds win the draw. It's Gagnon, a shot. That one went high. Kramer across ice. White. Shot blocked by Colgan. Mercurio out of the box. Power play over for the Thunderbirds, who are now 1 for 4. Joe Kennedy fired up the far wall. Kramer taps it in. So we have 2:20 to go here in the third period. Pastuca trying to flip it up. It's gloved by Reller. Fired it behind the net. James Farmer. Andrioli tried to finish off a hit on Farmer. Instead, he was spun down to the ice. We have an offside here with 2:01 remaining in the third period. The last time Carolina won a Game 1 was the 2023 Commissioners Cup Finals. They're under 2 minutes away from finding that here as Levac Snaps it in on Cavalieri and makes the save. Cavalieri, a pretty good night here in game one. Saved 37 out of 39. They're going to toss out Mercurio. That'll bring in Vladislav Vlasov. Carolina takes the draw. James Farmer banks it off the glass. This is going to go for an ice with 1:46 remaining in the third period. Roman Kramer, a goal. Gus Ford has 2. Yuri Pastuka and Peter Vanacek, the 5 goal scorers for the Thunderbirds. They scored 5 of the first 6 here tonight. Thunderbirds take the draw. Yuri Pastuka sent it behind for James Farmer. Dawson Baker, Snake Keeley, and John Batista both went down to the ice momentarily. Just flip it down. 90 seconds to go here in the third period from Wytheville. Carolina with a 5-2 lead here in game 1 of this best-of-3 series. In the Commissioners Cup quarterfinals, Carolina the 1 seed, Blue Ridge the 4, and it's looked like that here tonight. But now there's a chance for Mercurio. Doesn't get a shot away. Keeley's going to get called for a slash. There's a minute 9 remaining. And so Carolina is going to be on the penalty kill for the rest of this one. It'll be the 4th penalty kill opportunity. Blue Ridge tonight on the power play is 1 for 3. They're now 2 for 5 here in the playoffs. But tonight, Roman Kramer, a goal and 2 assists. Zach White, 3 assists. Gus Ford, 2 goals. Peter Panachik, a goal and an assist. Jan Solak, 2 assists. And now a face-off to the right of Mario Cavalieri. If the check line can get going here in the playoffs, that would be a big factor. Last year, Pastuka had 6 points. Solak had 2. Banachik had 3. It was a quiet postseason for those 3 last year. Tonight, though, in game 1, very much a different story. Under a minute to go here in the third period. Thunderbirds on the penalty kill, which is brought to you by the law offices of Timothy Welburn. They lead the Blue Ridge Bobcats 5-2. Here's Justin Daly at his step. Farmer knocked it free. And Ford able to bank it out to the neutral zone. 40 to go here in the third. Levac into the attacking zone. His pass deflected back out in front of the Thunderbirds bench. Under 30 to go here in the third period. Ford will wait. He'll send it down the length of the ice. Carolina is going to head home for game 2 tomorrow evening at 7:30 with an opportunity to sweep the Blue Ridge Bobcats. The final 10 seconds. Klinecki into the skates of Andrioli. A big hit by Gagnon, shoves him down. 2 seconds and 1. The Carolina Thunderbirds go on the road in game 1 of the Commissioners Cup quarterfinals. They score 5 out of the first 6 tonight and take down the Blue Ridge Bobcats by a final score of 5-2. Roman Kramer, a goal and 2 assists. Gus Ford, a pair of goals. Zach White, a trio of assists. And Mario Cavalieri saving 38 out of 40 for his 3rd postseason win in his career. Gives Carolina an opportunity to do something they didn't have a chance to last year, and that's sweep a team here in the Commissioners Cup playoffs. Your final in game 1. The Thunderbirds 5 and the Bobcats 2. Thunderbirds post game is next. This is Thunderbirds hockey.
Quinn Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwynn Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwynn Services. One call does it all.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Carolina takes game 1 in the Commissioners Cup Playoffs Quarterfinals tonight here in Wytheville by a final score of 5-2. The Thunderbirds take a 1-0 series lead in this best of 3 back home to Winston-Salem tomorrow evening. Brendan Riley with you here on Thunderbirds postgame tonight. Carolina got off to a fast start, and the goals, they came quick in the first. Roman Kramer gave Carolina a 1-0 lead, assisted by Zach White and Joe Kennedy, just 3:06 into the first. And then Gus Ford found his first of the night, 12:54 into the first from White and Roman Kramer. And then it was Ford's second with 2:34 remaining in the first period. Made it a 3-0 lead. Yuri Pastuka made it 4. A minute 8 into the second period. Dennis Radchenko would find the back of the net just over the midway mark in the second to make it 4-1 before Peter Panachik found a response in the third. Justin Daly cut the lead to 3 once again, but that would be it as the Thunderbirds here tonight take down the Blue Ridge Bobcats by a final score of 5-2. Mario Cavalieri this evening saves 38 out of 40 shots, including 14 out of 15 in the third period. Carolina was outshot 15-5 in the third. On the other side, Greg Hussey got the start tonight for the Bobcats. He will take the loss this evening as Hussey saved 21 out of 26. Connor Green, who took over for him in the third, a perfect 5 for 5 in the third period. But Carolina takes game 1 this evening. We'll give you the 3 stars and set things up for game 2 tomorrow evening. Coming up on the other side of this timeout, this is Thunderbirds Hockey.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
By a final score of 5-2. And we give you your 3 stars here tonight, which are presented by Carrabba's. Your third star with 2 goals is Gus Ford. Your second star is Zach White with 3 assists. And your first star this evening is Roman Kramer, a goal and 2 assists for the Pennsylvania native as the Thunderbirds come away with a 5-2 victory here in Game 1. And now we set our sights on Game 2 coming up tomorrow evening. 7:30 p.m. puck drop from the Fairgrounds Arena. Carolina and Blue Ridge for Game 2. Carolina winning Game 1 here tonight. A chance to take care of business in short fashion tomorrow evening back at home at the Fairgrounds Arena. But Carolina struggling against Blue Ridge in the regular season. Thunderbirds went 3-3-1 against the Bobcats at home. Thunderbirds now in 2024-2025, 6-2 here in Wytheville. We take a trip around the rest of the Commissioners Cup playoffs here. Port Huron takes Game 1 over the Danbury Hat-Tricks 6-3. 6 straight goals for the Prowlers after the Hat-Tricks opened the scoring with the first 2. But so Port Huron, a 1-0 lead as that series shifts to Danbury, Connecticut tomorrow. Athens and Columbus Game 2 tonight. It's a 5-3 victory for the Rock Lobsters. Columbus made it a little interesting late, but the Rock Lobsters are able to hang on and take a 5-3 victory, setting up Game 3 tomorrow evening there at the Aikens Ford Arena. And then the one other game here tonight, the other 1 versus 4 matchup, and it's a 3-2 victory for the Watertown Wolves. C.J. Stubbs getting the game winner just over 10 minutes into the third period on the shorthand for the Black Bears. So, tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, Watertown and Binghamton for Game 2 of that series. Columbus and Athens at 7:05 for that decisive Game 3. Carolina and Blue Ridge, 7:30 at home. And then Danbury and Port Huron at 8 o'clock tomorrow night there in the Nutmeg State. But Carolina wins it here tonight by a final score of 5-2. And they trying to go for the sweep tomorrow evening back at home against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Thanks for tuning in here this evening. Big thank you to Luke Fellner for helping out behind the scenes here in Wytheville. I'm Brendan Riley saying so long for the Hitachi Energy Arena. Carolina takes Game 1. They go for the sweep tomorrow evening with pregame coverage starting at 7 p.m.